Hi, welcome back to My Mom Life. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Jordan, and today we are making carrot cake. Let's get started. So to make these carrot cake bars, here are all of our ingredients. I don't have the frosting ingredients out yet. I'll show you that in a little bit. You're gonna need vanilla, pumpkin pie spice. You can also use a combination of cinnamon and nutmeg and ginger, but this is just everything all together. You're going to need baking soda, baking powder, then our shredded carrots, and you want to shred those yourself really finely. You have flour, sugar, we're going to need some unsweetened applesauce, oil, 4 eggs, and some salt. And I will have the directions, ingredients, and everything listed out for you in the description box. The first thing you're going to do is crack your eggs into a bowl, and then you're going to add in your oil and your sugar, and we're going to give that a good mix before we move on. Now we are going to add our grated carrots, applesauce, vanilla extract, and then our spices and salt. So I'm going to add in the pumpkin pie spice and the salt. And like I said earlier, be sure to check the description box for the full recipe with the ingredients and everything listed out for you below. We're also going to add in our baking soda and baking powder, and then our flour. And then once we have all of that added in, we're going to give it one final mix. And you don't want to over mix it, just mix it until everything is all nice and incorporated. And then we are going to put our cake batter into a well-greased jelly roll pan or a very large cookie sheet. You'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. It's like a 15.5 by 10.5, I think, is the measurements, but it's just a large cookie sheet. I get mine from Costco. So that is what I am using, and it just makes it into a sheet cake. If you want to make this like a thicker cake, you can definitely do that. Just adjust the baking time. But this recipe is for like really thin, or it's not super thin, but it's a thin carrot cake bar. So I'm going to give this a good mix and pop it into our pan, and you are going to bake this at 350 degrees for about 25 to 30 minutes until a toothpick comes out clean from the center of the cake, and then you need to let it cool completely. One other thing I didn't mention is I always tap my cake pans out like this on the counter before I pop it in the oven. It just gets any air bubbles to the top so that it's not full of air bubbles when your cake's done baking. That's just a tip for you. So while my cake is baking, I'm gonna go ahead and make the frosting. This is a cream cheese frosting, and I'm gonna put 2 packs of cream cheese that are softened and then 1 stick of softened butter. in a bowl, and I'm going to beat it with my hand mixer until that is well incorporated together and nice and smooth. Now that I have my butter and cream cheese all nice and incorporated and it's nice and smooth, I'm going to add in my powdered sugar. I add in about 4 to 4.5 cups of powdered sugar, and then about 2 tablespoons of milk or cream. I didn't have cream, so I just used milk. And then also you're going to want to add your vanilla extract in. You'll see here in a minute, I forgot to add it just then. And then your salt also. So there's a little bit of salt and then some vanilla extract in this frosting. And it's the perfect cream cheese frosting, I'm telling you. Again, all measurements are down below. So I'm going to get this frosting whipped up. Here is me adding in the vanilla after the fact, because you definitely don't want to forget that. It's a key ingredient in this frosting. So, so good. So I'm going to give it one final mix, and then we will frost our cake. Here is our cake. It is completely cooled, and a tip for you is if you have room in your freezer, if you want it to cool off super fast, pop it in the freezer for a little bit and it'll cool off really fast. That's what I did. And then I'm going to ice my cake. And then another tip is if you want to cut this into even little squares and you want nice slices instead of it kind of falling apart because it's more room temperature, pop it in your freezer and let it set up in the freezer for a little bit, and you'll get a lot better slices out of it. And then it'll warm up quickly to room temperature, so you don't have to worry about giving somebody frozen cake. But that just is a tip to get nice slices out of it. So I'm going to frost it all the way around the sheet cake, and then I let mine chill, like I said, and then I cut little rectangle bars out of it. You can do whatever you want, cut it however you want. Another thing that I think would be cute is to color some frosting orange and green and pipe little carrots on here. I honestly was going to do that and then just got lazy really and didn't want to color any frosting, but that would be super cute for Easter. So here is our finished cake. It is so good. I am telling you, so, so good. And this makes a ton of cake. So if you want to take this to your Easter gathering, then I think it would be the perfect dessert. I hope that you try this recipe. If you do, let me know what you think down below. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I hope that you find this video helpful. If you did, then consider subscribing. I would love to have you here on my channel. And I will see y'all in my next one. Bye, guys.